Alright, welcome guys. I am going to be creating this video to try to prolong and possibly eliminate any issues you have with your board. So first things first, when you decide to charge up your smart balance board, you're going to want to use the recommended or the supplied power supply that they've given you. When you plug it in, let me go ahead and turn this guy off so you guys can get an idea. Let's go ahead and plug it in there. So once you plug it in there, that little status LED there turns red. So this board here is stated to fully charge between 1 and 2 hours. So just try to be around your power supply around 1 to 2 hours. It doesn't have to be immediately removed once it's green, but as soon as possible would be the best alternative for you. The second thing for the board is to obviously not be doing tricks in skate parks with it. This device probably not designed to take all the bumps and crashes of what a skateboard would do. So that's number 2 in prolonging the life of this board. Number 3 would be to check out the conditions and layout of your wiring. Alright guys, for those of you who have bought one of these smart balancing boards, hoverboards, Segway, mini Segway, whatever you want to call it, couple of things you might want to check out internally to prevent any hazardous blow-ups or mishaps. First off, you're gonna remove the screws located in these areas here and locate the compartment that contains the battery. I've already removed the screws to speed things up here. And you just want to be careful. You'll have wires connected to the power switch here. So as you guys can see, these wires here, they're being pinched underneath this bracket for the battery compartment. And I don't suggest leaving it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be removing it and out from underneath. So if you guys take a real close look here, you can kind of see the kink in the wires that the bracket has made. Also right there. So it's not too good for the wire protection there. So I've went ahead and removed it and relocated outside of the bracket there. Alright, so now that I've relocated the wires so that they're above the bracket and not underneath, I've also got these little wire holders. Purchased a package of them at your local electronics store, about that size there. I kind of cut off the edges to make them more inline, so that'll secure it. Now one thing you guys will want to look for is something like that. That is masking tape on what looks like a wire that's been split. So if you guys see something like that, you will want to rectify that by putting some electrical tape and ensuring that the cable itself is actually in decent condition. So upon further evaluation, it just looks like the wire was nicked at some point. So I'm just going to put some electrical tape on it, and that should be good to go there. And also another thing I noticed is if you looked underneath that battery compartment there, that white stuff, they've got some sort of adhesive holding the battery down. So even with the bracket off, it will not actually come out unless you're riding and bumping it around. So that's another security measure there. Alright, so I've covered up that little nick in this wire with electrical tape rather than simple masking tape. It's not really too big of a deal as it controls the LED lighting on top. It's not a whole lot of power outage on that guy. So that's the finished work. You got all the wire clips holding the wires rather than the actual bracket pressed against the battery pack. That'll ease up some of that pressure on these coating on the wires there. So now we got everything all back up to normal. Get that connected there, and we'll be on our way. Thank you for watching. Another thing I want to mention too is if you look right here, there's 1, 2, 3 screw holes, and on this side you only got 1, 2. But if you look at the casing, there's 1, 2, 3, but you won't be using that one. If you look, there's no screw hole for that, so it's just part of the design. And also the same on this side, you won't be using the third one. Chassis is the same on both sides.